जहाँ डाल डाल पर सोने की चिड़िया करती है बसेरा, वो भारत देश है मेरा, वो भारत देश है मेरा। जहाँ डाल डाल पर सोने की चिड़िया करती है बसेरा, वो भारत देश है मेरा, वो भारत देश है मेरा। जहाँ सत्य अहिंसा और धर्म का पग पग लगता डेरा, वो भारत देश है मेरा, वो भारत देश है मेरा। जय भारत, जय भारत, जय भारत, जय भारत।
Bharat, Hindustan, India, an oldest civilization on earth, once was the most prosperous country in the world. This culturally diverse and richest country was invaded by many invaders because of her prosperity, but none severe than the Great Britain. The British came to India in the 17th century for trading, but in mere 100 years, they established colonial rule all over India through the British East India Company and made the Mother India prisoner in her own home. This is the story of independence movement of India from British rule of 300 years.
How can this happen to such a diverse and rich country in the world?
Why did no one fight back against the Britishers? That is not true. Britishers did establish their complete rule by the mid-19th century, but there was one brave soldier who against all odds stood up against the cruel British East India Company. He was the first flame that ignited the whole nation. It was called Sepoy Mutiny. Let's witness the story of Mangal Pandey together.
Company, these are the new cartridges of the new rifle. You have to cut off the cartridges by mouth and use the gunpowder to shoot the rifle. Sepoy, come forward and shoot. We will not use the cartridge, as this has the cow and pigskin on it. I will not use it. What are you saying, Mangal? Yes, these are made of animal fat. I will not even touch it. Hail with this Firangi soldiers. Soldiers, arrest this arrogant sepoy and bring him to me.
This bravery of Mangal Pandey shook the entire British East India Company. They decided to make an example out of him. They gave him the capital punishment: to be hanged till death. But his sacrifice did not go in vain. When the kingdoms across India were getting merged into British rule, one kingdom in central India defied this. She became the bravest queen, whose bravery was echoed across the seas. I will show you the story of Jhansi ki Rani Lakshmi Bai. Rani Lakshmi Bai did not have a huge army, but her valor was greater than any army in the world. She told the British commanding officer, "I will never give my Jhansi, nor will I ever surrender."
मैं मेरी झांसी कभी नहीं दूंगी.
When the British army broke the fort wall, Rani Lakshmi Bai knew if she was caught, the rebellion would be over. She put her young son Damodar Rao on her back and jumped from the fort wall by riding on her horse Badal and escaped.
Then, what happened? Where did she go?
Did she win? No, but she managed to escape and was joined by Tatya Tope at Gwalior.
We need to get more army, Tatya. Else, we won't be able to get the Jhansi back.
Jhansi has been burnt down to ashes, Manu. We have to wait at least 6 months till we re-establish ourselves.
There is no time for re-establishment, Tatya. If we need independence, it is now. Deen, deen. Har Har Mahadev.
The British army came down heavily on Gwalior fort. Rani Lakshmi Bai fought with extreme courage and bravery. Gave the ultimate sacrifice of her life for the country.
मेरी नस नस तार कर दो और बना दो एक सितार. राग भारत मुझ पे छेड़ो झंझनाओ बार बार.
This is so heartbreaking yet so inspiring.
आँखों से झलकना चाहिए. मैं रहूं या ना रहूं, भारत ये रहना चाहिए.
This was only the start. The British were taken aback by the violent mutiny in the mid-19th century. But what British rule faced later was even more shocking. As the world has never seen this nonviolence as a tool of protest. Thousands of miles away from India, a small dark man named Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, who just finished law school in London, was recruited in South Africa. He bought a first-class ticket to Pretoria.
Wasn't South Africa also part of the British colony?
Yes, it was.
But then how come he was traveling through first class?
He did not know this at that time.
When will the train arrive?
Should be here. We have a first class ticket, so we will be fine. are you near first class and not in third class? I have a ticket and I am an attorney at the court. I will not leave. Let's throw this beggar out.
This humiliation left a deep impact on Gandhi, and he began working on the equality of Indians in South Africa. This is where he got the title Mahatma. After 20 years of his work in South Africa, finally, Mahatma Gandhi decided to go to India and broaden the independence movement.
Should we issue a warning, sir?
They've had their warning. No meetings. Fire!
In 1919, a small place in Punjab called Jallianwala Bagh, where a peaceful protest was organized on the eve of Baisakhi festival, one ruthless General Dyer decided to shoot without giving them a single chance.
ऐ मेरी ज़मीं अफसोस नहीं जो तेरे लिए सौ दर्द सहे महफूज रहे तेरी आन सदा चाहे जान मेरी ये रहे ना रहे ओ मेरी ज़मीं महबूब मेरी मेरी नस नस में तेरा इश्क बहे फीका ना पड़े कभी रंग तेरा जिस्मों से निकल के खून कहे.
This was the worst massacre in the history of India's freedom movement.
तेरी मिट्टी में मिल जावा गुल बनके मैं खिल जावा इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू तेरी नदियों में बह जावा तेरे खेतों में लहरावा इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू.
Mahatma Gandhi, enraged by this dastardly act, decided to do a non-cooperation movement.
We will never use violence against the cruel British Raj. Rather, we will use a non-violent non-cooperation tool. I'm asking everyone to leave government jobs, government schools, throw away and burn all foreign clothes and goods.
Throw away all the material that you use in your household that is not made in India.
The movement grew so big that the British started fearing Mahatma Gandhi. In one such incident, when police shot at the peaceful rally in Chowri Chowra, an enraged mob burned down the entire police station, killing many policemen.
Mahatma decided to call back the movement, only to give rise to the young nationalists, who were not only willing to give their life, but, if time comes, take it as well.
Ashfaq, the train will be stopped at Kakuri, and that's where we will attack the police.
Yes, Bismilji, they will be carrying the money bags. This is the tax we Indians pay to these British Raj. What do you say, Panditji?
Then this is our money. There is no loot when you take what is yours.
Go for it! Go for it!
In 1925, the highly motivated freedom fighters decided to do something that would send shockwaves across entire British Raj. They looted the train, carrying the tax money that Indians paid to British rulers, which would fill up the treasury in England. This was known in history as Kakori Khan. This incident completely shook British rule, and they started a massive manhunt. Pandit Chandrasekhar Azad escaped, but later Ram Prasad Bismil and Ashfaqullah Khan were captured, tortured, and hung for this incident. This was a huge setback to the movement, but Chandrasekhar Azad got new brilliant minds: Sukhdev Singh Thapar, Shivram Rajguru, and Bhagat Singh.
To temper down the atmosphere, the British Empire decided to bring in the Simon Commission, which will create a governance rule for Indians. The only problem was, there was no Indian in the committee.
The young generation joined the old to protest with senior Congress leader Lala Lajpat Rai. Police be so cruel to kill an elderly with sticks who was doing a peaceful protest? This is so cowardly.
This is exactly what Bhagat Singh thought, and they decided to take revenge by killing the British officers who were responsible.
Go for that, go for that. Kill them.
We need to teach them a lesson. Scott should be killed, and then only they will understand the importance of life. I will shoot him, please. I will arrange the weapon. And I will all get you to the safe house. Let's go. This is not Scott. This is Saunders. Does not matter.
Even though they killed an English officer, in a few days, the news died down.
But they wanted to make sure their side was heard, and that was only possible by getting captured and reaching out to everyone through courts.
To get captured, Bhagat and Batu Keshwar Dutt bombed the Indian Parliament, but they did not hurt anyone.
They all were captured by police and were convicted for Saunders' assassination.
The whole nation heard their views and about their courage when they defended themselves in court. For 2 years, Bhagat Singh and all captured freedom fighters went through extreme ordeal and torture in the jail.
At the mere age of 23 years, they decided to give their life for the nation. One of the most dashing and charismatic personalities whom the British were extremely fearful of was Subhash Chandra Bose. He left Congress and fled the house arrest in Kolkata and traveled all the way to Germany to meet Hitler. Then he traveled to Japan to liberate the Indian prisoners of war and establish the Azad Hind Sena.
His speech inspired so many young men and women to join the freedom fight.
तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा.
His exploits almost crippled the British rule, if not for his untimely death.
On colonization, Subhash Chandra Bose's Eastern resistance, and Gandhi's Quit India movement, British rule was at its nadir end.
हमें देखनी है आजादी.
The 100 years of freedom fight saw many valiant and courageous sacrifices, from Sardar Udham Singh, Alluri Sita Ram Raju, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, to Veer Savarkar, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Sarojini Naidu, and many, many more. Our country was blessed to have superheroes like these who fought with British so that we can enjoy the freedom. Azadi.
1947. The 300 years of British rule came to an end. In India, Bharat Mata, the holy motherland, was freed from the clutches of colonialism.
At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. A moment comes, which comes but rarely in history, when we step out from the old to the new, when an age ends, and when the soul of a nation, long suppressed, finds utterance.